Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Caddleson here. It's time to conclude My Hero Academia Season 5 with these final two episodes. It is episode 24 and 25. And what an episode, or what a nice couple of episodes. Well, I say nice, obviously. The last episode was, quite dramatic, so yeah, but it was still in my mind one of the best, if not the best episode of season 5. It was just absolutely spine-chilling, it was terrifying, and it was just so much to process. So and I was coming into these last two episodes with the notion that season 5 was already, miles ahead for me in terms of season 4, and it was just a really, really phenomenal jumping on point for me again. And then, you have bangers like episode 23 drop, and it's just like, okay, well, this is just reaffirming my beliefs here, because, it was just a really, really, intense episode, and of course it will be very, very interesting to see how we do cap things off with this season, how it will lead into, of course, season 6. So yeah, but no, I'm really, really looking forward to getting into these final two episodes, because obviously we've got the League of Villains versus the Liberation Army, and that's gonna face a conclusion, one would assume, with this episode. So yeah, especially with this match between Redestro and Tamura as well that we had before we delved into, of course, the horrific flashbacks. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting into this, or these two episodes, should I say, because, it's been a really, really fantastic season, and I think, depending on where your viewpoint is, we're going to end on a high. I say depending on where your viewpoint is, obviously. It's all going to be doom and gloom with the League of Villains standing tall, of course. But in terms of the quality, of course, it's going to be I have a feeling it's going to be a really, really great end to what has been a great season. So let's get into the first of two episodes. It is episode 24, season 5. Let's go.
I'm sure a hero or a police officer will be here soon. You'll see. I have to go. Or
the way that she did a 180 on her, approach to helping Tenko.
The more crime and emergencies there are,
it was just all alone.
Priority over a lost anyone at all.
There it is. It's all alone, and no one offered a helping hand except this piece of shit. Oh. So are we continuing the Tenko Shimura origin story? I'm assuming we're transcending from Tenko Shimura to Tamura Shigaraki in terms of the origins.
Be afraid. What's inside of you is more
just with the way that he's fueling the need to lash.
Now tell me, what do you want to do?
Give in to that hatred.
They want to kill them. I don't.
Sure that those feelings.
This was his first outing with the hands. Holy shit!
Yeah, talk about creepy. You're asking to get beat.
What an odd turn of events. I thought he lost his memories.
Identity. He will be the symbol of fear that craves destruction.
Oh, there you go. Symbol of peace, symbol of fear.
The first grand step toward greatness.
Oh my god, all of that covered in blood.
I think I might throw up. But at the same time, I feel so calm. Like I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Congratulations. You held back your tears and did what had to be done. You've been reborn.
Whilst, oh my god.
Present. Celebrate your grieve.
What about Shigaraki?
My last name, of course.
Taking him in as if he's a son.
Everything now. When I was a
the
child,
one to carry on all
I
for
killed
one.
Father because I wanted to. However we want to. These are no longer necessary.
He's pulling off the restraints.
100%.
Oh boy.
How is he doing this?
Yeah, the restraint. Holy shit! Because they were anchoring him.
Fear's an emotion I can turn into power. This is altogether different.
He's built to stress,
Seems
but
like something is holding you back, Redestro.
Why are my stress and power receding?
oh shit.
Doctor, you're listening, yes?
Get us out of here. Maki is too much. We're gonna die.
Are you trying to kill Johnny? My poor baby gets tonsillitis every time he warps people.
Oh my
I don't
god.
care about that. And you're a liar. You warped people freely before.
Respect
It's
the
not wise to get involved with
Nobu.
people who've given away their location and could be tracked by an enemy.
Using meta abilities at will is a natural human right. After suffering and
No more
awakening,
suppression.
it's as though this man has changed.
Because guess what? He has no more suppression. He's free to do
Liberated
what he...
from everything.
Uh-huh, there you go.
Then you will be free.
And look, oh my god. The face of a true psychopath. You know, even Giganto is like shook of. Where Dakia City is fucked. Holy damn. Just insane.
Line saying they were restricting me. I see it so clearly now.
He's like,
The
where
figure
did I
before
go
me
all
is
so
a
wrong?
shining
And
beacon.
yeah. So he's handing the reins to the League, really.
This armed liberation army is now under your command.
There you go. I mean, in order to keep Destra's ideals intact.
Successor.
Yeah. Oh. The tears!
Toga, please forgive me. But if you hadn't shared your blood with Toga, then
Oh.
now other Toga...
Oh.
Please stop babbling at that pic. I'm still alive and you're creeping me out.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
let's
yeah,
stop doing what other
yeah.
people don't like. My leg's moving
He's
on
mourning
its
a
own.
Toga
Don't take it without my
clone.
permission.
Oh,
I
my
was a bad
heart.
boy. I mean, Redestro chose to lead our people into the future. Redestro's words are Destro's words. That makes them absolute.
It makes them worthy. They are worthy.
Welcome and thank you for coming, Liberation Warriors. The Liberation Army recognizes Tomura Shigaraki as Grand Commander.
Yay!
And strive for Destro's world. The Metahuman Liberation Army and the League of Villains unite under a new name.
No.
We'll do what we want.
Lovely. Not terrifying. Not terrifying. You just got that chill.
Work today, Grand Commander.
And you've returned to your original self, quirk included. So as I promised, I will grant you power,
Oh boy.
if you're sure that's what you want.
Of course. It's just like a buffet for him. Like you're offering that power. You're offering that chance for him to level up. He's proved his worth. He's gonna take it, right? Aye. But here we are. I mean, we saw, because we did see in earlier episodes. Given the fact that this arc, I guess, is a flashback arc. You know, seeing how things came to be and all of that, not just for tomorrow, but how I guess the League stood tall to become the Paranormal Liberation Army. You know, we were reaching for this moment, this conclusion, and all of that in regards to, okay, how did the like Meta Liberation Army, I guess, get in bed with the League? Because you saw like everyone within the walls of the MLA. But yeah, it's. Yeah. It was, I mean, it was always about, you know, getting from A to to Z, I guess, in terms of like detailing about, okay, well, this is how they, you know, they got to bed with the League, really. So, and you know, fair enough for Redestro for realizing, you know what, I see it all now. I've been so blinded, and yeah, it was just. It was like I felt like it was on brand for him to rescind his role to Tamura, really, because he saw, of course, the truth in what Destro wanted. So yeah. And it was really, you know, insane that moment, especially when he went 150%, of course, in this episode. It was just really insane going into, like, this episode and, well, not just low-key continuing, in a sense, the origin story of Shigaraki, I guess, because that's it, though. Like I said at the beginning, you've got Tenko Shimura to Tamura Shigaraki. There are two different ideals there. So yeah, but it was really great, the conclusion of Redestro and Tamura. So yeah, but it's also just really insane. Like, you have to realize as well that his hands essentially were holding him back, in a sense. It is really insane. But it kind of makes sense, really, for them to essentially anchor him until he can shed those anchors off and he can become more and more, you know, powerful and all of that. So yeah, but yeah, this was an episode that we had, you know, Shigaraki really go above and beyond, really, in terms of. I mean, not just his mentality, really, especially with the memories, but also in terms of, obviously, him powering up and him just going, I guess you could say, plus ultra. So my main worry is Deku is fucked, because, you know, how is he gonna fight him? So yeah, how is Deku gonna deal with him, like, especially with how, you know, the Shigaraki he met last time is completely different to who we have right now. So but I do find the similarities as well between Redestro and Shigaraki, because it was something that I did want to make but not say until after the episode. But the similarities between Redestro and Shigaraki are very interesting, because they were both tipped to be the successor of, I guess, an established antagonist, really, or protagonist in their world, really, because yeah, but you know, in the eyes of a civilian and all of that, yeah, but yeah, they were tipped to be the successor and all of that, yeah. There is a lot more of a detriment with Redestro when it comes to him trying to follow, you know, Destro's ideals. So yeah, so, and I guess with Destro as well, and this, you know, goes appropriately with the ideals of All for One and Tomorrow. You know, there are a lot of people who see him as an activist and all of that, you know, a voice against the machine, etc. So he's not as so, you know, compared to All for One, I guess you could say maybe, of course, depending on what side of the fence you are, well, the people are on in terms of his ideals, Destro isn't as unhinged as All for One. So whereas All for One, he really groomed him in terms of, he groomed Tamura into relishing those ideals, that, like, hatred, that that it's okay for you to lash out, like, especially with how Tamura is also grateful for him as well for reaching out, because you saw at the beginning, everyone was avoiding him. There was that elderly woman who was like, "Are you okay? You know what? A hero will help you out along the way." It's that 180. It's the way that people just shunned him. So, but I did find it very, very fascinating that we have this battle where we have two characters who had like someone to succeed from. But of course, there's different ways of going about things in terms of there's the stress that's getting to Redestro, but for Tamura, you know, if anything, this is the opposite of this is a stress reliever with what All for One put him through. So, and I did like that fact though in regards to, you know, what happened if someone reached out, maybe the itching would stop, like maybe if someone was considerate enough, etc. But you know, that's where All for One came about, because like I said, when it came to All for One being a stress reliever, I guess you could say, I mean, Tomorrow was burdened with sickness and disgust with what he did to his family. And you know, when he dealt with those two folks, there came to be a relieved feeling from what Tamura said, from what he had to do in terms of decaying them. So yeah, and that is all due to the effects of people just not paying it too much of a mind to Tamura, who was completely vulnerable down the streets, where All for One took him in and crafted him into the perfect villain, adopted son, really. So someone who was, and again, there is a parallel in regards to his actual father, Tamura's actual father, who was very abusive, very hateful, etc. And you've got someone who's essentially adopted him, who is his adoptive father, who is very proud and, you know, is giving him the green light to embrace this hatred and you know, decay and all of that. So yeah. And it's so sinister because of the fact that he ensured, like going back to Tamura's comment about the itching would have stopped if, you know, people didn't, if people actually gave a shit. He could have been well looked after, and then All for One made sure he was gonna be a nightmare for the future of Tamura. He was gonna make sure that Tenku Shimura was eliminated, and that, yeah, he would be gone forever. So yeah, really, really great stuff, this episode. So yeah, I'm assuming for the first time in like several episodes, we're going to go back to, you know, Deku and everyone. We heard him, of course, at the end of this episode, or the last episode, should I say. But now we've found resolution in regards to the unification of the League and the Meta Liberation Army. Yeah, I'm guessing it's now, you know, going to be focused back on Deku and co. Tease for season 6. So yeah, but yeah, with that said, let's get into the final episode of season 5. Here we are, folks. So with that said, let's go. Yeah, now it's gonna, oh my god,
soldiers united under one cause. Feel Good Inc. has near ubiquitous control over
Feel Good Inc. I love it. I love it.
Endeavor and the others before things are too far gone.
Yeah.
Come on, Hawks. If you're too slow, it'll be the end of Japan.
He's backed into a corner. His wings are literally clipped here.
Though our minds are adaptable and expansive, our hardware can't evolve fast enough to keep up with such power. I have observed
we're a bit behind with our CPUs.
The Quark singularity.
Oh,
no one took
oh
my research
no!
except all for one of them. Even one for all.
One for all.
Of the many designs your master had for this world, that power was the only one that didn't end up going to plan.
Yeah. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. Holy dag. It's scary. It is scary. We're back. Oh. We are the Skynet. Come on. Really?
Work study with killer whale hero Gang Lorca. Number 12 on the chart.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to move after that one. Jesus, Minetta. And that, Zero. Wow.
Work study with wing hero Hawks. Number 2 on the chart.
A bit busy.
Currently absent from his agency.
Exactly. Currently absent. Why? No reason.
Keep going, young man.
And so modest as well. Look at how proud he is. Love it. Yeah, my heart.
And I think both of us are better because of it. True, I didn't think twice about butting in. Maybe that means I need to be calmer when fighting?
Yeah, I agree.
Go for the fist bump. Hug it out!
What are you... Bother you during your break. Eraserhead. It's about Eri.
What's going on?
What's up? Hold on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's my horn.
Official records aren't going to be helpful to us. I'm also not
Still.
sure what they knew about the power. If they realized how it worked, I assume they'd want to help out future wielders.
Who cares about a bunch of dead old heroes? I'm
Wow.
tired of wasting mentioning. So it's no wonder I haven't heard of these nobodies.
Huh? What are you talking about? Their powers are amazing.
Yeah, because from the perspective of a loser like you, any quirk is amazing.
That's mean. You know
Oh
how to
my
hit me where it
god.
hurts.
Yeah,
Young
yeah,
Parker
he does.
something
What
technically
rude. Yeah.
From what the people who passed it on. The fight that kept
Carry on the
repeating itself.
legacy.
Yeah, that tracks. No wonder they all died young.
Really optimistic to Deku there, right?
Yes.
Choke on my smoke!
I can't back a
I'll run
go.
fast and catch back up to you.
You'll probably panic, go out of control, and die.
No, I got the hang of Black Whip quickly, so I should be able to...
Die!
Die! I love you. You are an ass. But it is great that they're on a more level playing field. I just love the fact that he's just gloating like, I can do this shit already with my eyes closed.
Twice about tea leaves.
What fool cut the chives?
Oh no.
You've shamed your sister!
Wow.
Damn it!
Wow.
No, you're just really bad at it, you idiot!
Bakugo's taking the Gordon Ramsay approach.
Pissing over, and the big surprise is the fucking bass is fucking raw!
Wow.
Midoriya, pass the Ponzu, please.
I can't believe I'm so lucky.
Midoriya past the...
Midoriya,
Ah!
the Ponzu.
I feel like
It would
you're
seem
not
that
doing...
you're still
yeah.
a workaholic. What? You defended us almost on your own for decades. So yeah, I'm sure it's hard to come down from that high.
Yeah.
That's a little harsh.
I mean,
Like
it's
you lost
true.
everybody. You should sit back and put your feet up. Don't apologize for being alive. Thanks.
This is powerful and sad.
The Paranormal Liberation Front.
Not their name now.
And the harrowing incident that would shake superhuman society was about to begin.
Let's go season 6. Let's go season 6. Oh, heck. But that's it, though. It's all been leading to everyone being involved in this little affair with the Paranormal Liberation Army. So, yeah. So yeah, a nice calm before the... Is it a calm before... Yeah, it's the calm before the storm, like this episode, because obviously with the PLA, yeah, they're in a more prominent position than ever before. Shigaraki's getting a major upgrade, so yeah. And obviously we had this idea, again, like the whole fight against the Meta Liberation Army. We knew little bits and pieces in regards to what was established in previous episodes. It's just getting from A to B, really. And in this case, it was more so about, okay, Shigaraki getting an upgrade, because we knew that the Doctor was gonna treat Shigaraki to gain him unlimited, well, not unlimited power, but of course you gotta make that reference. I mean, this show is full of Star Wars references, but yeah, there is that unlimited potential, really. So, as well as the fact that it, like, especially with this war coming up, Shigaraki needs to be ready. So, he needs to bypass the limits, like he did in the last episode, really, with the hands. He was battered up, and if he's gonna get ready, he needs to be ready. He doesn't need to be on. He doesn't need a detriment. He doesn't want to be injured or anything like that. So, of course, he has to go through this process, whilst also imagining the potential for him to take one for all, etc. And for example, so yeah, but I really thought that this was pretty great stuff, this episode. Like I said, it was more so of a, calm before the storm. Because that post-credit kind of gives you that idea anyway. So, like with everyone there, with Deku's ominous warning about the incident that will shake the superhuman society is about to hit. Yeah, so... yeah, but yeah, I really thought it was a great episode, though. It was great to touch upon Deku and everyone as well. Like, obviously we've seen bits and pieces with Uraraka and Sue in their work studies, of course. Obviously Deku, Todoroki and Bakugo, but it was great to touch upon everyone else, because we haven't seen them in eons, haven't we? And yeah, not just that though, but it's also about preparing for the future, with Deku now Deku is about to learn float, which to the amusement of Bakugo. I just really loved that. Like, Bakugo was just taking the piss, like, you serious? I can do this shit already. I can do this shit with my eyes closed whilst you're probably gonna die. And it's like, I will catch up to you. No, you'll die. So, yeah, it was really great. But, of course, Nano Shimura being a very prominent figure, someone that we already know. So, yeah. So, yeah. It is, a nice parallel going on whilst... Tamura is currently ongoing. Well, was I guess still is, really. Is undergoing treatment to improve. You got Deku, who is seemingly about to improve himself with the fact that he's okay. Well, Black Whip seems to be a bit of a okay. Whilst there might still be a few kinks we need to sort out there, I think we can move on to Float. So. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, really, it should be relatively easy, right? I mean, I don't know personally, because as they made a mention, they weren't really impressive in terms of like obviously when it comes to this show, you can have a comparison in terms of quirks, like when Deku was showing off Black Whip. You even had Sarah saying, you can make my quirk obsolete at some point. So, yeah. And obviously, you had that mention from Bakugo about, these, quirk users, what exactly stand out and all of that. So, and there might be, like, different, it's more so, okay, well, we got to tackle one obstacle at a time when we come to it, and if it's easier than the last one, sure. If it's harder than the last one, sure, in terms of learning a certain person's quirk. So, you know, learning... I don't know if Nana Shimura's quirk is going to be as... is going to be as easy as, you know, the whole Black Whip ordeal, because that was obviously a handful when it came to the Class 1B, 1A situation, but... yeah, because it's just really about flying, really, and whatnot. And I mean, that's the basis we've gotten of Float, really. So, I mean, you can, and who knows, this might, you know, get Uraraka and Deku a bit on a similar page because of the fact that, I mean, it might work in a similar manner to Uraraka in a sense. Obviously, hers operates a bit differently, but there is a bit of a floating element to that there, isn't there? So, yeah, but yeah, it might be very, very fundamental when it comes to Shigaraki, especially with how his decay ability has enhanced as well. So yeah, I feel like it is the perfect time to move on to the float ability and tackle that obstacle. So yeah, but yeah, I am really intrigued to see where next season's going to go, because obviously I feel like we're going to definitely up the ante. And, you know, with how impressive this season has been for me, and how, you know, it's kind of, I mean, I have really loved My Hero anyways, but I feel like getting back into the swing of things, you know, it's really propelled my love for My Hero further and further. So, yeah, especially with the, you know, My Villain Academia arc, that was just really, really great. So, yeah, but I am kind of expecting for Season 6 to be a bit of a darker season, especially with the PLA. They have expanded and all that shit, and yeah. Especially with the, you know, ominous comment that obviously Deku made in the ending of this episode, it does set things up for dire times, doesn't it? So, yeah, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen. I also really felt like that moment with Aizawa and All Might was very powerful, especially with, you know, Aizawa and Present Mike visiting Kiriguri, and obviously learning the truth about him there, and giving him some inspirational words, especially when All Might was feeling downbeat about himself, and you know, it makes sense, especially with how he's been the symbol of peace. He's been a very, very major workaholic for, you know, eons, and even though a part of you has been stripped away, you still need to feel like you've got to go plus ultra in terms of you know, helping the kids out and all of that, but you feel a bit stranded, don't you? So yeah, and you've got Aizawa telling him to live, really. So which obviously very, very poignant with, yeah, with what him and Present Mike, like I said, have been through. So yeah, but yeah, this was a really, really fine conclusion to a fantastic season. I am really excited to go into Season 6. Obviously, I will still be continuing that as we are approaching Season 7, because that's not long away in terms of being released. Although, I think that's for the sub. I know the dub will come like weeks or months later and all of that, but you know, like with all shows that I do a little bit of catch-up on, like for Young Royals, for example, I know Season 3 is just out, but I'm not in any rush to get that dealt with. It's the same with My Hero Academia when it comes to approaching Season 7. No rush whatsoever. I'm just enjoying the ride, and here we are. So, awesome stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Meiji feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.